Mamba, thank you very much. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. I don't know why the audio didn't go off for your sub, but I appreciate you. What's up, everyone? Thank you for being here. I have a feeling something's weird with Twitch today. I have a strange feeling. Also, why did this turn into a different color? There it goes. I don't know what's going on. I told you guys, I think something's weird with it. I think it is weird. How you guys all doing? Alex sees the cowboy. Wait, Alex sees the cowboy and says to him, yeehaw, but never asks him how ye. Oh shit, true. So nice.
Exclamation mark ticket.
No, not yet, bro, not yet. Bro, what did I do to make this? Okay, there we go. Got it. I got it. Hello, everybody. Hello. Guys, I'm fucking tired today. I did that thing. I don't know if you guys suffer from the same shit I do. But bro, whenever I wake up like an hour late. So nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jishi. Appreciate your 48 months here, brother. I seriously do, dude. But I woke up like an hour late today because I just wasn't feeling it today. And I find whenever I wake up an hour or even 30 minutes past like my normal time, I'm just like shot for the day. Like I feel exhausted. And that's kind of how I've been doing today. Like I had to basically drink an energy drink to like get my brain up, you know what I mean? I've been up since 3:30 a.m. Went out hunting for a bear cup for the wife. What's a bear cup? Is it like a new brand or something? Hey Keeb Dad, how you doing? 3-day weekend off. Thank frick. Wait, when do you start, Ryan? Like today or tomorrow? Wait, what's tomorrow? I heard someone else tell me they have Friday off. What is tomorrow? Cup shaped like a bear. Oh, Starbucks. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I was just watching YouTube short when the stream noti happened. Yeah, first time YouTube short in a while, it feels like. I don't really do them too often, but sometimes I get a little inspired, you know? KBD fans, other accessories. What's this? Oh, for standoffs? You don't have to use the standoffs, but yeah, if you want to. I'm glad they sell them separately. That's actually, I didn't even know they did that. Hi, Cyber. How you doing? Today is a weird stream, by the way. Today is like... Ooh, I forgot to turn off this light. Ooh, I have shirts and stuff here. I apologize, guys. I'm messy today. Today's a weird one because we're looking at a keyboard that I probably would never ever look at because I didn't like Womier stuff at one point. I'll tell you the story of how this stream came to be. First, let me turn this on because I'm kind of sad I forgot to turn this on. Dude, I am off my game today, I swear to God. There we go. Love your sweater? Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Looking forward to finally catching a stream. Dude, today's a super chill one. Also, what's up, Steven? How you doing, man? Alex bring the light as per usual. Yeah, it's a super chill one. We also have the giveaway happening if you guys want today too. That if we hit 50 subs on Twitch, we'll give something away. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Alex, have you tried the Nuxross PCB snaps? Dude, I have the weirdest experience with that so far because I got some of them in and I was gonna use them, but then I was told to not use them because apparently they didn't work. But then everyone who got them in used them. So at this point here, like I have a set and I'm just gonna use them. I have no clue anymore. Honestly, it's confusing even me. So I tried them with the spider. How'd it go? Also, Crumpled, thank you so much for 35 months. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Mine seems to work with the Crush 65. Yeah, I have a set that I could use for the Seabass, and I don't know, kind of want to use them. Also, you guys want to see a cute keyboard? This is not today's stream, but I got this in. By the way, I changed my camera angle again, and I think I'm finally satisfied with it. It's just, I shifted it over all the way to the right side, basically. I think this looks way nicer, in my opinion. It's not as, like, low over my shoulder. It's kind of, like, actually looking down at the keyboard. Also, Milky Mane, how you doing? How you doing? I like this angle a lot, right? It's nice. No, these are not the Racing Green keycaps. These are olive. Racing Green, though, is fucking amazing. I love Racing Green. So hell yeah to that set. But this is Olive. I think Olive's really pretty. My first live stream. How you doing, Iron? How you doing? Got my first EC board. Purple PC. Nice choice. Nice choice. Why can't I tell the difference? It's my stupidity that can tell the difference. It's just because less of my screen's in view now. That's what was kind of bothering me. Too much of my screen was in view, and it kind of felt like the whole keyboard was like towards the bottom, and we were mostly looking up here, which I didn't really want. So it's giving a "Hey Dad, can I watch" vibes. Nice knees. You like them? I only wear shorts. Sixy, thank you very much.
Sixy Somatic gifted a tier 1 sub to Ironclad. They have given 13 gift subs in the channel.
Dude, I've been taking pictures like mad today, bro. Today has been a picture day. I moved. Actually, dude, I'm hella proud of this. Yesterday, I moved everything in my stream setup, like literally everything, and I shifted over where I take my photos into a spot where I didn't need to set up more white, basically bounces. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, but oh my god, amazing. Now everything's so easy to take pictures of. Thank you very much, Muppets. Why do you have a Hasselblad? Keyboard pictures. Literally it. I gotta show you guys the cutest keyboard. Honestly, it's just okay in the long run, because I don't think I'm gonna review it, but they sent this over a long time ago, and I'm just looking at it now. I just like it because the fucking cat ears, bro. Hold on one sec. Look at this thing. I'm telling you guys, I'm honestly loving this. Dude, it's so cute. I don't love the colors though. It's too contrasty for me. I wish this was like just one color, but it's so cute. Is it not? Look at this thing. Hold on, I was dusting things, and then I think I made this go. Yeah, there we go. It's interesting though. Oh my god, super cute. Yeah, it's cute. It has stock. It doesn't sound that bad, but I think it's like $95 or something. So like, they send this. I'm not doing a review on this, so I don't know if someone else is gonna. This is like your standard fare, basic keyboard. It's good for the money, but it's cute. I'll tell you that much. I like the cat ears. Remember that old keyboard that had cat ears as well? No, there was one. There was a dog keyboard. What was that big dog keyboard? It's like, if you flipped it over, it had the dog butt. Meow. What's up, Les? How you doing? What was that? New Deskmat? No, this is the old one I have. It's just, dude, this is the one I got off Amazon for like $15. But it's really starting to pile on me. It's really starting to show its age.
Cat
really
ear
quickly.
Keyboards are endgame.
Thank you so much, Shitty. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, dude. The corgi looking one from KBD fans. Was it from KBD fans? I think it was the Toro, right? Ollie, thank you so much for the Prime, man. I appreciate you. Oh, that's what it was called. It was the... Okay, Oak is right. It was not called any of those. It was called the Nyong 75. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's fine. I'm trying my best. It has the butthole. That one there has like that little X that was like supposed to be the butthole. Shoot the link. Gatekeeping Fire Amazon Deskpad. Do you guys like this one? I can find you guys a link. Give me a second. Here, I'll go to my Amazon history right now. 1 second. I got this when it was $15. I'm scared to see if it's gone up in price because I got this like a long ass time ago. Oh my god, I gotta do the 2-step verification bullshit. 1 second, guys. Make sure it's affiliate link. Hold on, I'm just gonna go to recording here and show you guys just my face for this stupid verification thing. It picks and chooses, man. Like, I swear I haven't had to do this in like 15 years, you know? Mine piles like crazy. All my Amazon stuff that I've gotten has piled like crazy. Let's see. I hope to God I remember when I ordered this. Was it 2024? I don't know if it was this year. Oh, here it is. It was early this year. Yeah, it's $20. Canadian. I'm not going to give you guys the affiliate link. Just look at the thing here. Hold on. Paste. It's this one. For $20, I've put this thing through a lot. Like, I would say this is still in good condition for $20. Like, I'm not mad at it. That's why I still use it to this day. And it has the non-slip. Bro, I'm not upset. This has been a great desk pad for $20. I saw the code in your glasses. Don't tell me that, bro. What's up, Alex? No way, dude. I actually just got the board on Amazon because it was $55. The one with the cat ears? Crazy timing? Ain't no way, asterisk. That's super dope. I'm in for the dark gray. Yeah, it's $20. Dark gray is nice too. Actually, I should get a dark gray one too. But the dark gray one's $2 more. I have no clue why. I really should. I feel like I could use a darker desk pad. The Neo Ergo is still a great pickup, bro. Honestly, I just spoke to someone today about that, and I'm like, yeah, it's fantastic. I still wholeheartedly recommend it, dude. Nothing will replace my Lamp KB Transit desk pad I got from CK. Which one's that one there, Crummy? Man, the chairs in my school have been destroying my posture. Which ones are they? You know, do you guys have a chair with the headrest? I think we've talked about this before, but do you guys like those kind of chairs? Because, like, I think at one point I thought, I'm not going to be doing it, but I kind of want one now. I want to remove my headrest. My head never rests. Yeah, like, I feel like I kind of miss it because I had one at one point. The headrests are useless? Alright, so this makes me think I don't actually miss it. I don't think I actually miss it. Oh, this is nice! I like the subtle text. Is this supposed to be like a transit texture or something like that? Yeah, local public transportation. Oh, I like that. This looks like it has a really rough texture. I like that kind of stuff. I have the Herman Miller Cosm with the high... Which was the Cosm again? Is that the one that I like too? That I wish I had purchased? Hold on. Herman Miller Cosm. Yeah, this is a nice one, man. Oh yeah, this is that one where you could have bought the thing that you could like lean over. Yeah, this one's nice. I like the, there's one that we tried when we went to one of the stores, the Herman Miller Sale. Those are so comfy, dude. I think if I had to repurchase a chair right this instant, it would probably be one of the Sales. I think it's pronounced Sale. The Herman Miller, it's like the ones that kind of look like netting, basically. Lamp actually scanned a public transport seat for the design. Is he allowed to do that? A lot of office chairs seem to be designed for use without headrests. I think the moment you have a headrest, it maybe promotes, like, I don't know. Bad posture, maybe? Jackie has the sale in her office? Does she like it? Loki want an Aeron? I've used an Aeron at offices, and I think they're really good. The only problem with the Aeron that I found, and this is on every Aeron I've ever used, alright? I don't know, my camera's been a little weird lately. I have no clue what it is. Every Aeron I've used has discolored a little bit. It's yellowed a little bit or like turned brown. And that's with some of them have had like no sunlight. It's just they discolor. Every single one I've seen. And I find all of them eventually squeak. They need a lot of like maintenance. Yeah, you guys see it going in and out of focus too? I don't know why it's doing that lately. I gotta figure that out. 9 AM streams hit different, not gonna lie. I'm happy you're here, man. Well, actually, in case you guys were wondering, let's maybe jump in a little bit to the stream today. Today, I will be looking at a Womier SK71 Pro. So, the story behind this is they reached out actually a few times, and I've always just been like, nothing really interests me, like, I'm sorry guys. And I had another friend tell me, yo, I recommended you for some keyboards. They're gonna reach out. Maybe take a look. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll take a look at what they have to offer. And they did reach out and they said, we have like a bunch of stuff that you may be interested in. And they linked more of their like subtle designs. And this one here in particular stood out because The price point's like $120, or $122. It's on sale. And then it came with some actually decent colorways and a very subtle design. We're going to be taking it apart and then rebuilding it with some granite switches. But I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at this because $122 for what I think from the photos looks like a pretty standard fare, nothing too crazy design, but still has some character. So we're going to open this. I'm really hoping this ends up sounding good. It does have a 1.2 mil PCB, but they say it's non-flex cut. I'm kind of excited for this one here, actually. This is like one of two products in the Womier lineup that were really interesting to me. But a lot of people have been asking me to take a look at cheaper keyboards, and I'm down. So I have yet to open this, by the way. They did send me out the keyboard. I didn't have to pay for it, so take that as my little sponsor warning, I guess. But that's not obviously going to affect anything. We got an accessory box. We have a pamphlet.
Fallen out of the hobby a bit, but got to support my fave streamer 07.
Thank you, Ollie. Dude, I feel like everyone's low-key been like falling out of the hobby a little bit just because, like, dude, things have been crazy expensive lately. I think even a lot of businesses have been reporting that everything's been like slowing down. Like, people can't really hobby as much these days, but dude, I think the beautiful thing about keyboards is if you have a few things, you can kind of just play around with those few things and it lasts a little bit. You don't have to rush it, you know? Plus, we got all of each other. The most important part about the hobby. Honestly, as life, I want to actually say this because I was thinking about this, man. I got kind of emotional thinking about this morning, actually. Even me, man, like, dude, like I'm starting to like really take in some of the prices of not just keyboards, but just a lot of things in life. And like, it's just tough to have fun these days. The ear mouse, I have it right here. I'll show you later, Ross. But I want to say, like, I was thinking about it today. I am so grateful that we can all be here and just hang out and talk about keyboards. Regardless of who's buying things and who's not. I think it's cool that we can all come together and just like be this community and just hang out and chill. I want to give back as much as I possibly can, whether it's like more giveaways and stuff like that and talking to brands and seeing how we can work together. But at the end of the day, like, I am just so grateful. Stuff aside, like physical products and stuff aside, I truly don't know what I'd do without you guys. Sanity wise. I think literally if I didn't have you guys with me, all right, everyone, this whole community, I think it would be very lonely. So even outside of like keyboards, like I said, just having everyone here as friends basically has been so fucking awesome. And I am truly forever grateful. Seriously, guys. So I was thinking about this morning, and I was just like, because I was looking at something else I wanted to pick up. I'm like, man, I can't afford this right now. And then I went down this rabbit hole of like, man, I don't know if anyone can afford this shit right now. And then I'm like, well, there are people in better situations than me, worse situations than me. Like, I'm grateful and blessed to be where I am right now, but like, holy shit, it's just like, everything's just creeping up. But there will be tons of giveaways. I have so much stuff to give away to you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jeans. Love you, buddy. Shit is crazy, man. If my college self knew how much money I make now, how little it actually buys. Chuck, literally, that also went through my mind. I'm like, I'm exactly where I want to be, but it feels like it doesn't matter. It's just like, I have to be on the next level now. It's like, holy, can we just like take a break, please? So I've been feeling very overwhelmed because of that the last like month and a half, I'd say. But it really hit me hard this morning. Like, I think just because I'm also really tired today, but it's crazy. This place is an oasis right now. I appreciate that, Cyber. Your board's coming up too. We should be building yours soon. All right. SK71. I slept fine. I just slept too much. Whenever I sleep over, I wake up at 8:15. That's when my alarm goes off. That's the latest I'm supposed to wake up. And I woke up way later. Wait, this is actually such a pretty color in person. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not really a Sloth style keycap because Sloth is a bit more brown. This is kind of more of like an espresso color. Dude, this is real nice. Excuse me, Womier? Oh, wow. Okay, so it has a bit more of like a rounded... Oh, this is actually... Dude, I'm sorry. I'm pausing here just because I actually have never opened this up until right this instant. I'm impressed by this. Okay, not the... I don't know what this sounds like or what the internals look like, but it's a bit more rounded on the corners. It does say designed by Womier, which, like, I don't love that, but I don't hate it at the same time. Like, it's in a non-intrusive spot, I suppose. This weight, in quotation, this accent on the bottom, I kind of like how it's faceted around here. This is nice. And then it does have like a bit of a cutout over here, which I'm a sucker for. And the reason why I like this is because it kind of adds character to the bottom. The anno itself looks fine. Like, it doesn't look like it's anything bad or good. It does have some sharper edges, which, you know, obviously that's easier to machine, which helps keeps the board down in price. I don't hate it though. And it does have some RGB, which you guys can kind of see on the back over here. So it'll shoot out like this little light RGB over here. Some exposed Phillips head screws. Not a fan of Phillips head. Literally costs nothing at all to get different screw heads, which I implore them to do. And it does have this kind of like accent, which feels like almost plastic. I'm not sure what this is around it, this brown accent around it, but I kind of like it. Ooh, the side profile's nice too. So it's a box on wedge with some character. Hey, this is not bad. I don't know what the front height is. Unfortunately, my little caliper is dead. But I would say this is probably like 21 mil if I had to guess. 20 mil at the most. Yeah. Little badge here on the side, which is fun. I actually don't mind the badge either. I wonder if we're able to swap this out for keycaps. How does this look plugged in now? I'm gonna just use this other plug I have. What do you guys think? The brown is plastic, but it's solid material. I don't even mind that it's plastic. Oh, okay. So it does have a little bit of RGB on the back, which is cool. And it does have perky RGB too, which kind of looks tacky, which we're probably gonna turn off. Oh, there's a little Womier logo here, which I wish they got rid of. I don't think that needs to be there. All right, this is nice. The badge is cute. I don't like the W. Sorry, I don't like the W on the front. No, I hate this. I hate the W here. Again, this is one of these situations where the brand has branding here and branding here. Pick one spot and go with it. Just like you don't need both. $122 so far. I like this. To me, this looks like a more expensive keyboard already. Damn, bro is mad. Well, actually, I don't like branding when they just overdo it. You know? Like, if the blocker was maybe something to do with this cool theme they got going on here, this does rattle around, which makes me wonder if it's magnetic or it is maybe removable. Not bad. Bro spamming? Who's spamming? Alex, is the Layla you really next week the 40%? No. Wrong Layla. Is there a 40% Layla? So it comes with a cable, some extra switches. What switches are these? Let's see. These switches are Womier palm switches. Cool. 122, you get a thing of switches, decent PBT keycaps. I wouldn't say they're the best. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've seen better quality PBT. So you can kind of see, if we zoom in all the way here, you can kind of see like the E's and the A's are a little bit funky. Like they're not super clean. But again, for the price point you're getting here, I would say not bad. We can check the thickness of them as well. I like the color of this board. I'm actually a big fan of this. It's like a hint of brown. And then these are the switches. These are their own palm switches, which I'm not sure which brand actually makes these, but solid long pull. Maybe I'll just reuse these. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what we're up against here when the internals are, but I really don't like the Womier full palm switches. They seem really inconsistent. We'll see. We'll take a look at these, but I'm sure you can just open them up and retune them. Well, yeah, we're going to do a little typing test now, and then we'll open it up and figure out what's actually inside this board and what makes it tick. I mean, it's foamy sounding already, which I am not surprised. That's kind of the fad with this. So here is the sound profile. I mean, yeah, it's foamy. The spacebar is really loud on this. Like, it kind of outshines the alphas a little bit. But now we're going to play around with it and see what we have. As for a stock sound, I would say this is just okay. I feel like you can probably do a little bit with this board. For 122 bucks, though, again, I'm not mad. Stabs feel fine. They're well modded. I would say this is on the better scale of what I've seen. In fact, I would probably put this as like probably you don't need to tune these up. Maybe with time. Yeah, we're going to slap some different keycaps on here as well. We're not going to use the PBT ones. We're going to transform this $122 board into something different and see like what we can get if we just wanted to kind of use this as a base. So, and then someone actually said there's a dongle underneath here. Oh, it's magnetic. I don't like the way this opens though. This is... Okay, I really like this. I wish they had added something where you can kind of get a fingernail underneath and lift this up because this is really hard to take off. There's an on and off switch underneath here. That's nice. Hell yes to this. That is very, very pleasant to see. Like that a lot. That's very, very cool. And a good way to hide the switch. Press on one side. Now, oh yeah, maybe if you press on this side and lift up. I still wish there was a fingernail thing underneath so you don't have to like potentially scratch something on the side and wear down this metal. But it's okay. Cool. All right, let's open her up. Changing the keycaps with the price more than the keyboard itself is a bit funny, or is it just me? It is funny, but I think that's also the joy of this is we can see what like a cheaper keyboard could sound like if you decided that you wanted to put some custom parts on it. No, this is not Sloth. Sloth is a little different than this. Sloth is a bit more warmer and brown. This is a very like chocolatey color, I would say. Close to it though, not quite though. So again, first thing I would suggest for Womier, if they wanted to take some advice in the future, swap out the Phillips heads, lose those. That's how you're gonna get people to damage their stuff and probably never use your keyboard again. Oh my god, dude. I cut my finger. I don't really want to show you guys. It's a small little paper cut, or cut with plastic. You know, like the stupid sharp plastic? You know those like... Okay. You guys remember back in like the 90s and early 2000s how everything came with that like weird plastic you need to cut? And I don't know why the hell they did that, but like that was just a thing they did. I had to open one of those 2 days ago and I cut my finger on it. Fucking go figures. I don't remember that. Sorry, I'm not that ancient. Can we please get a timeout on Anit, please? Is 65% the best looking compact keyboard? Some would argue 60 is nicer than 65 for compactness. But I also think if you're willing to go with a 65, you might actually want a 75 because usually they're the same width. So, you get the Hasselblad with the Pro Photo? Yeah, do you guys want me to move it? Is it distracting? I'll move it over here. Here, I'll put it over. I was just taking pictures earlier. I was taking pictures of this mouse because it looked so cool. I really wanted to take my mice photos. Only distracts me from you? Oh, okay. Dude. This mouse was like getting my attention earlier, so I really wanted to take pictures. Ow. I always assumed that packaging was on purpose to make it harder in store to steal the item. I always figured people would just take the whole thing out of the store if they're going to steal the item. You know what I mean, Chuck? You know what I mean, dude? Like, if people went to the trouble, they would just take the whole package out, too. What are the keycaps in the board slightly above? GMK Olive. A beautiful keycap set. A very, very beautiful keycap set. Oh, at least they're magnetic, so they got that going on. So if we can switch these to a different screw head, that would be nice. And if you guys are wondering, Alex, why don't you like Phillips head screws? Well, because they strip easy. And then you can't use them anymore. And then you gotta get frustrated and then deal with strip screws. So I wish Torx was just more available for people to use. Or maybe it's not even an availability thing. Just everyone should use Torx bits. They're way nicer. At least use hex. I don't think they cost more. I think quality of screws cost more. But, I mean, hey, dude, if you're making a premium product, because I still consider this premium, spending an extra few cents on screws ain't gonna kill you. So let's see how this all opens now. Interesting. I like what they did here. I was kind of worried this would pull up with it. You know what I mean? Like I thought, okay, maybe this'll be a piece with a ribbon cable. But it looks like it's just on the PCB. And it's just one ribbon cable. All right. Nice. Can't complain. And we have some... Oh, it's like a pin gasket kind of thing. This is nice. Lolly, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really do. Thanks for the sub. So we got some foam. It is a 1.2 mil PCB, I can already tell. All right, so also, actually, to go back to the top frame here, I always skip it. Dude, that sounds weird, bro. So it is plastic. You can tell because there's spur marks. And it's held in with some more Phillips head screws. I don't think you would ever need to swap this out, but it is a plastic mid-frame. So again, they're probably saving some money here. But the rest of the case is aluminum, minus these little plastic parts over here. Bottom foam isn't glued on W. Yes, we should also mention that. No glued on bottom foam. Thank you, Womier. That is the first I've seen in these level of boards. Thank goodness. Well, it's not so much money saved. It's sometimes space. That's why people use these. It's just literally because they're flat. That's it. So what else do we got here? Interesting. So, these are the gaskets. They're little, like pin style gaskets here. I would say I would like to see, it is PCB mounted, which is interesting. I would like to see, actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter in this case if it's PCB mounted. Kind of interesting that it's PCB mounted though. You could technically build this plateless then. If you wanted to deal with a 1.2 mil PCB, as well as dealing with hot swap sockets. Interesting, very interesting. You gotta build a plateless? I don't think we can build a plateless. So let's take off these keycaps. Let me just get like a bowl for this or something. And then, here, I'll use this. This for the switches, and then this bag here for everything else. I've swapped the plates on one of these. CF and Alu are pretty easy to source. Do you have to get them custom made, or are you just like picking anything from another website type thing? The badge is nice on this too. Someone had mentioned the badge earlier. I don't think they have a problem with JST versus ribbon. There's enough space for JST, and a good route at JST is even less of a problem. I will say though, on this, I don't think they could really do that. I don't think there's enough room on the bottom case, because this is quite thin for the bottom case, for them to route something like that. But it is tucked away, the USB-C daughter board thing here, underneath this piece. More Phillips head screws though inside, which again is kind of disappointing, but it's alright.
Hey man.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much, Red and Greb. Thank you so much for your Prime, man. I really appreciate that. That is very kind of you. Thank you guys. Alright, let me just slowly take these off, and then we'll rebuild the board with some different switches here. I will say, I am, in its stock configuration, I am impressed with this. I can already tell you, because I already asked someone else about this. It does say, so I'm going to criticize them here as well. It does say stuff like, I believe on the website, I think they said this is like VIA compatible or something like that. VIA support. It is VIA supported, but you have to use a JSON file, as per the usual. I had a friend the same friend who told me about this board, also said it's not truly VIA supported in the way that we would like it to be. Please, this is like my 15,000th time asking companies, can we please, if we're gonna advertise VIA support, figure out how to make it so it just auto loads in VIA without the need for a JSON file. It would be nice. That is like the request I have, and this is not Womier, this is not, just them specifically. This is literally every company who's doing that. And that has to do with the wireless modes on keyboards. It just would be nice if you offered better alternatives or native alternatives for how our keyboards load up into these programs. And I'm gonna go through my motions of complaining about this again, and I apologize, everyone. It's just if someone loses that JSON file, if someone loses it, then what do you do? You know what I mean? What happens? Then you're kind of stuck. If we all can't find or source those JSON files, which you're probably thinking, and I'm gonna reinforce this. You're probably thinking, well, that's never gonna happen. That literally happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was doing a keyboard. I can't remember which one now. It was for a client, and it's an older board, and it was not loaded up in VIA correctly. And I was like, hey man, because nothing was typing on it. I'm like, can you please give me the VIA file? The PCB works, like it all loads up fine, and I'm testing all the switches. Nothing's set properly. It's all set to random stuff. We spent 3 days looking for that VIA file, the JSON file. We had to send emails to people that not everyone knows in the hobby. Like I happen to remember who designed this, and like I happen to have certain contact information. If this was like a person who wasn't as deep into the hobby as like me or that client was, you'd be kind of shit out of luck. So again, it means a lot because you need to be able to customize these. That's the point of buying a custom keyboard. Well, part of the point, but it was not a Rukia round 2. Oh my god. Are you a gator on Baby Kangaroo Switch? Because these streams have me jumping for joy. Don't make me blush. Don't make me blush at all, dude. So I just chatted with the local vendor that I'm going to buy a Neo Ergo from. They told me there's an option where they can cut a brass weight where the battery would go. I don't foresee that really jumping the sound in any direction at all. I think you're fine. My GF is sitting next to me. You never woke up for work at 9 a.m., but you woke up for Alex's on time without hesitation at 9. That's what she said to you? I'm sorry, man. Doesn't ChatGPT help in finding JSON files? Oh god, not this again. Not this again, dude. What's the mouse? Okay, this mouse is so fucking cool. Hold on. So I've been using it on my gaming computer. I'm going through the motions of testing it now. It's this guy. The Air RCC1. This is such a cool mouse in a lot of ways. I will say it's not picture perfect. Unfortunately, I had some, I don't know if I can just wipe this away. I've tried with just like a small cloth, but it had some like marks on the front, but it is very, very unique. It has such a cool shape to it. It feels really good too in hand. My favorite part of this whole mouse though is the mouse wheel. This mouse wheel feels so good out of all the different mice I've tried for gaming. Thoroughly impressed with this thing. Very, very thoroughly impressed. And I think this is literally their first product. So, been very, very happy. But I've tested it once or twice. I wasn't playing any games seriously just because I still need to like put feet on and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to save it for some photos first. And now I'm gonna full plates in games. Probably some, what's the game called? Arc Raiders tonight, if I don't feel too burnt out. You don't wear your feet 24/7? No, I take them off. I really wish they placed like frosted plastic in the center, but that would have made it way more, which I don't know if they're gonna use, basically. Arc Raiders isn't new obsession. I will say it's just okay. I got baited last night. Someone took advantage of my niceness, and I'm really upset about it. Me and my friend were playing, and we had just finished killing a squad that was trying to kill us, and we were really, really happy. And these guys came in, these other team, and they're like, "You guys friendly?" And I was on a voice chat, and I'm just like, "Yeah, we're friendly. If you guys want to come in, like, we're just cleaning up after we got ganked, basically." And they came in, and they were just chilling, and they were like, "Are you guys questing? Like, what are you guys doing?" And then we're just like, "All right, we're gonna head off now because like we still need to go do our quests and stuff." And then they shot us in the back. So pretty not cool. Team up with Burnt Peanut. I still want to make Peanut a keyword. That is on my agenda of things to do. So yeah, I got jumped by some random people in the game. Is it more fun than Tarkov? Dude, okay. I don't think it's more fun than Tarkov for me. However, the world of the game feels a million times better. Tarkov is, in my opinion, the better game when it comes to gun battles. There are certain things about Arc Raiders that feels a bit arcadey to me. And like, there's already like random like peak strategies. Like there's a strategy people have been using that they take advantage of the line of sight, which is all third person, which I kind of don't love. And then if you basically like peek shoot, and then duck back in, you can't really even see the character that's shooting at you. So there are some things that like do genuinely bother me about the game. Other than that, I do think the graphics of the game, the environment of the game, I love the PvEVP element. That's beautiful. I love that stuff. But yeah, I do think in general, Tarkov has the better gunfights. And I think the gun battles feel more drawn out and silly in Arc Raiders sometimes. But yes, love it so far. It's great so far. But yeah, I still think I do prefer Tarkov overall. But I think if they had made Arc Raiders first person, I think I would have liked it more. I think the game would have been a very different game had it been first person. Because I don't love playing in third person. I never really have. You know? So it is what it is to me. Like, it's not the end of the world, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys been liking the game? Like I said, I've been alright with it. They gotta add inertia. I don't know if that would work for the game, though. Red Sec? How's that working for you? Ouch. I'm guessing I'm not fond of the PvP aspects. There are times in which I wish, like, I could do some of the missions without having to worry about someone sneaking up just to kill my free loadout, you know, looking ass, but it is what it is. Will you be getting a Wooting HE60V2? I got offered one. I am debating on whether or not I want to cover it. Do you guys want to see that? I'm just not sure. That's it. Like, I'm just not sure, A, if I have the time, and B, if people even care what I have to say about the Wooting keyboard. Right now, right, Alex, do you happen to know any good switches that are specifically burgundy plus black and white? Ooh. Burgundy? No. Wait, you guys know any burgundy switches for Renma? I don't think I know any off the top of my head. Burgundy is a specific ask, too. Are Quins burgundy? I don't know why I'm thinking Quins are like brown. Heartbeats are more red, though, aren't they? Are they not? I think they are. Okay, maybe that's it there. Gold also says KTT Teresa's. Maybe you can take a look at those. Oh yeah, there are KTT switches with burgundy ones. Gat Quins have burgundy, but also navy. Oh yes, they do. But you could swap things around. Like you could buy multiple different ones and swap it all around. Yes, I would not mind. Okay, maybe I will take them up on the offer if you guys want to see that. Meta, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Oops, why am I taking these out? Yeah, thank you guys again for subbing. I really do appreciate it, guys. Like I said, I'll have gifts, or not gifts, but like giveaways rather, for the next month, basically, up until December, I think I said 15th. There'll be random days on stream, just on Twitch, where there'll be sub goals, and then someone will win something. They're all very good keyboards. I'm going to keep everything a mystery just because everyone kind of thought that was more fun. But if you guys happen to win and want to know what it is, I can let you guys know what it is. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. Thank you, Elquan. Thank you, guys.
Elquan gifted a tier 1 sub to Foon_B.
Yeah, I agree. Have you heard that Tarkov 1.0 is coming out on the 15th? I'm probably not going to play it, just because I don't feel like redoing everything for PvE. And if I do decide to play it, Tarkov's really easy for me to jump back into. I will say it'll suck having to level some stuff again, but... Oh, still 3 keycaps here. I heard I got replaced as a mouse guy in here? No, you're still a mouse guy. That's still you, Alcorn. You still own that title. Yeah, so like, I'm gonna play it, but like, I probably won't go crazy for it. I should say that. I'm probably gonna play Arc Raiders just because it feels more casual to me. I feel like with Tarkov, I end up investing way too much personal time. And it's not something that like I really want to go out of my way to do right now. Arc Raiders is closer to that arcade shooter experience. Yeah, I feel like Arc Raiders is easier to jump into matches. Like, my gripe with Tarkov sometimes, maybe you guys feel the same way, is at times, jumping into Tarkov takes 10-15 minutes to do a load.
Ang5 gifted
if you don't have everything preset. Thank you, Ardang. Really appreciate that. Arc Raiders is a few clicks. I know with Tarkov you can get it to be a few clicks, but like you also have to... You also kind of have to like redo a whole bunch of things and shop for things. It's like... Yeah, not loading the game. The loading the game in Tarkov's pretty slow too, but... Speaking of mystery, did you see AKB's Omakase keyboard? You pay up front without knowing what keyboard you're getting and only find out after it's delivered. I really like that idea, by the way. I think it's super cool. I think it only works for people who are designers in the hobby and whom you trust, though. Thank you for being such a good guide into the world of mechanical keyboards. Getting my first set of supplies of the week. Dude, hell yes, Contagious. What are you picking up? What are the supplies looking like? I'm curious. And I appreciate the kind words so much, Contagious. That is very kind of you. Extremely kind. Seriously. They don't sell Gaydon Quins and Unikeys? Are you sure? I thought Quins were in stock as Unikeys.
Metaverm gifted a tier 1 sub to Kuroninji.
Thank you, dude. Hydrate? Dude, I think I missed like 2 hydrates. Where's my fucking water? Oh, here it is. Milktooth is pretty good for switches. They have a shit ton of switches on Milktooth. Is the Wooting 60HE worth covering? The only real change was split space and 8K polling. It'd be more interesting to cover new switches on the other boards. Yeah, I think that's kind of like where my limit will be. I don't know. Like, I want to see also like what else are they going to be selling with it type thing, but we'll see. Dude, AMD, I needed the water. Honestly, Alex is the guy who got me into the whole keyboard rabbit hole too. Shucks, guys. Darn you, Alex. Jokes, I love you. Thanks, bro. I love you too. It's a fun hobby. It's like Legos, but also Legos you can actually use, or Lego rather. I'll upset like people if I say Legos. It's Lego that you can actually use that doesn't end up just sitting on a shelf. Doesn't AK polling just overload your USB controller? It can eat up more system processing powers. Ultimately, though, I wouldn't say it's like end of world, but I don't think you're gonna get an... Okay, the honest answer to the AK stuff, which I've said 1,000 times, I think this is like one of those truth bombs we all need to hear from time to time. None of us are pro... Well, I don't know about everyone here. I am not a pro gamer. I play games frequently. I think I'm good at games, but I'm not a pro gamer. I have tried, and I am in a position where I have lots of stuff all the time that I can give a go to. I've tried 8K polling. I've even tried 4K polling on some of these products. The only thing I'll ever notice that I've been like, yeah, I can see a difference, I can feel a difference, is up to 1,000 hertz or whatever it is. I truly don't think you need more than that. The average person. If you're a pro, and this is the best thing I've ever heard from someone. I was speaking to someone at Ducky, and they told me this, but they said the one thing that they like to recommend is if you are trying to be a pro gamer or you're trying to be the best you can, is yes, just buy the highest polling rate you can, because then you only have yourself to blame when you suck, which I thought was really smart. You can't blame the gear at that point. So I think if you're trying to compete, sure, go for it. But I think if you're just an average person who, like me, who just wants something good, you don't need that stuff. Don't pay the premium. Also, the battery life on some of that stuff stinks. I have a mouse, which if I leave it on 1K polling, lasts me like a month. If I do 8K, it's like 3 days. So that's a truth bomb. Not all of us are fucking pro gamers. And I don't think we need that shit. So it's nice to have, but it's truly you'll never fucking notice. I think another funny situation was I had someone ask me the same question, and my rebuttal to them was, because they were like, oh, I really like the 8K is gonna help me. And I said, what's your gaming setup looking at? Like, what's I'm like, what's your gaming setup looking like? Like, what do you have for parts and specs and stuff? They hit me with, they have like a 5090, etc. But they're playing on Wi-Fi. And I don't think the 8K polling is going to help if you have a bit of latency on your Wi-Fi. So, like, there's other things that I think are more important than 8K polling rates on stuff. So... I mean, I play on Wi-Fi. That's why I never fucking notice anything too, but I don't have any cables set up anywhere. I'm not drilling holes in this place. Not doing it. I think 8K polling on your mouse is way more important for competitive gaming than HE keyboards. Some people will argue both ways. So, getting the Monsgeek M3W purple barbecues, the Kale Deep Ocean box switches, and the NK Cherry Taro, very nice. Let me know how you like those Deep Sea Ocean box switches. I'm super curious, man. If you end up coming back here to chit chat, let us know how the board goes. Or hell, take some pictures and post it in our Discord. Am I the only one here who prefers heavy linears over tactiles? I don't mind my occasional heavy linear, but I don't go crazy for them. I argue people played Quake and Unreal on model MS polling 125s and shitty ball mice in the 1900s. Okay, if we collectively stop calling it the 1900s, it's really hurting my feelings now. Do you guys think we can stop? Do you guys think we can stop? What is this? They got like a little... Well, this is maybe why the spacebar sounds a bit brighter. They got this like tape that goes over it, which we're gonna take off. See this in the PCB? Interesting. I've never seen anything like that. You can actually even see, I don't know if actually maybe it's not really visible, but like the switches are seated into this. I'm gonna peel this off here. I highly doubt we need this. And if we do, then oops. Very weird tape mod. I don't like mods, and I'm going to knock off a point from this keyboard. I don't like when they do mods that you essentially can't re-put on. So this is more of a destructive way to mod this, but I dislike that. Tisk tisk. Womier, you were impressing me on every little aspect of this board so far, almost. The screws were forgivable. This... Like, if someone wants to tinker, they can't really put this back. But it's alright. Alright, cool. This is... I really appreciate this, by the way. Sometimes people have this where you kind of have to fiddle with this and put this on. Like, I've seen boards where, like, this is really tough to use. I really appreciate them not doing this here. So, they gain another point there. John Gregg, thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, dude. Scotch tape mod? This felt like saran wrap mod. But sticky. It's weird. Alright, I kind of want to try this with no foam. Maybe I'll slap some foam on the bottom. But if you guys are willing to entertain me here and allow me to try this with no foam, we're going to try. I just have some plate-mounted stabs. I would love to see them upgrade this to a PCB mounted. However, I am like one of the few people who actually don't mind PCB or plate-mounted stabs. I think if they're well modded, they're fine. So I have no quarrel with these at all. None at all. Ooh, okay, so PCB also supports... Does that support ISO too? Am I going crazy? It doesn't have it on the plate, but... Oh wow, that is nice. I think this is one of the very first pre-builts in this kind of price range that's not from like one of the more custom-centric brands that has some options for what to do here. You can buy ISO plates. How much are the ISO plates? I didn't even see that. If they sell ISO plates for a few bucks... Oh, here, extra plates, $15. Womier, I'm impressed. They don't got a great image for it. Oh, they do. Kind of, it's terrible, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed for 15 extra bucks. That is super awesome. The plates are standard, but they do have flex cuts, which makes no fucking sense. So I don't understand that aspect. But yeah, they are flex cut plates with a non-flex cut PCB. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but still doesn't make any sense. Cool. I don't know if this will work plateless, man. I was gonna use granite switches. I mean, I could try. 1 second. Let me get my granite switches. Don't laugh at me. I have nothing to store these in, so I left them in the bin that they came in. Yeah, I guess in a little... I don't know. I wouldn't do it. It does shimmy a little bit here. I wouldn't do it. You probably could get away with it though, but I'm gonna actually put my foot down and say no there. Now to align our first one here. Oh yes, I guess you couldn't do stabs. You're right. Oh, but here's the suggestion for them then. You're right. You couldn't do stabs. If they offered stabs on this, if they offered some way to do it, then this would be awesome. But I guess you also... No, you could still. I think they should. I think they should offer the PCB mounted stabs. And it gives another layer of customizability for this. If someone wanted to go something like plateless. How do people game on ISO with such a small shift key? Oh, I've done it. One of my very first keyboards that I had I mean, here in Canada, we had ISO keyboards for a long time. So this is $55 on Amazon. I am on their official website, which is 122 CAD. USD, it is $85. So the board is 85 USD or 100 and what is it? What did I say? 122 CAD. You guys forget I'm from Canada. Everything's more expensive here. So it is 122 CAD or 85 USD. If it's cheaper on Amazon, I don't know. I don't really look on Amazon for things. But we can take a look. I've had some really terrible experiences with Amazon the last like month. So I'm kind of like over Amazon at this point here. Is there any benefit to ISO versus ANSI? No, it's just preference. But if this is $55 here, I'll look right now. We'll look on Amazon together. If this is 55, I guess US dollars on Amazon, I will be thoroughly impressed. This is not the same keyboard on Amazon. The one that's on Amazon, maybe it is. It doesn't say, oh, you're right, it is Pro. Why didn't they have that in the thing? This is $55 on Amazon? Jesus, this is really good for $55. It's 100% the same keyboard? Yeah, it looks like they have, okay, they put SK71 Pro at the very, very end of their 17,000 word title. But yeah, if this is legitimately $55 on sale on Amazon, it's 38% off. What a steal. I mean, we'll see how this sounds with nothing in it, but what a steal this would be, huh? This would be crazy value. The SK71 Pro and SK75 and the RD75 now. I don't know how Womier's customer support is. I don't know if anyone has any experience there. Thank you, John. I appreciate it again, man. Thank you, dude. Thanks for the dono. But if you guys have any experience with them on their customer support side, that'd be awesome to know. I've heard mixed bag things with Womier, but I've heard more positive responses. So customer support is pretty mid. Something to consider too, guys. Can you remove the badge? The badge hides the dongle and the on and off switch. So you cannot remove the badge. Well, you can, but it'll just show some internal parts. I emailed them and they sent me a new PCB after 6 months for free. It's not terrible.
I refuse to make a 6-7 joke for 67 months. So instead let's focus on the fact that Alex is an absolute gem of a human being.
You could have, bro. Honestly, I would have laughed. Thank you so much, Hockey. I appreciate you, brother. I hope things have been super well for you. $55 is insane considering this is mostly aluminum and the aesthetics are pretty nice. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Canadian pricing here. For $122 Canadian, I was already impressed with this. But if you can get this, I don't know what 55 USD turns out to be in Canadian buckaroonies, but for 55 USD, so I know we're kind of bouncing back, 56 technically, this is insanely good value. So probably one of the best value keyboards I've seen. $77. That is fucking wild. I don't even mind the plastic mid piece because it's mostly aluminum everywhere else, and the plastic's kind of cool. Probably gives it a bit of a different sound profile too. Oh gosh.
55. It's like 2 bags of chips here.
It is kind of like 2 bags of chips. Also, step caps on the hot swap is super fucking awesome. Hello. How are the mode stabs? I have never had issues with them. Some people say they don't work with certain things, but I've never had issues. I have not uploaded that yet, no. But it might already be on YouTube though, it should just be on my normal channel. Because I think I streamed it to my YouTube thing now too. I've been streaming a lot of keyboards to YouTube simultaneously now. That way they don't have to re-upload them later on. But Twitch is basically still my main platform. It kind of does act like a force break, I guess, huh? Yeah, it kind of does. It's been 2 years for me, but Womier's customer support was pretty quick when I broke my daughterboard connection. Alright, so I'm hearing some good things then from you guys. I'll look into their stuff more. Has the hobby gone from $1,000 keyboards to 1,000-cent keyboards now? The hobby's taken an interesting direction for sure. I would personally say the hobby has gone down a route more of being financially responsible in a lot of ways. I do think the hobby has taken a path in response to what's going on in the world as well. You know, like, let's be real here. Like, it's not like this was 5 years ago during the pandemic, you know, where we all were home and had extra income because we didn't go out. Now, especially with everything else, like we go out, we also have to be a little bit more aware of what we're spending our money on because of things in the world. So yeah, I do think that people have had to slow it down with how they react to keyboards. And in response, the hobby has taken a path where value matters. But I don't think that means that keyboards that don't fall in that kind of realm of value only don't exist. I think they exist. I don't think they're going to ever die. I think there'll always be room for that. It's just very even now. It's very split. This is from KBD Fans. I think Kezawa made this. It also has wood around it too, Reggie. Hold on, let me just show you. It has like a wood around it as well, and then like a copper base. It's kind of cool. And then it's tilted a little bit. It's a little bit on an angle like this. You just can't really tell. It's pretty nice. Good point, not gonna lie. Noticed that with Miquelon round 2. Nice step, but too expensive right now. Got more important stuff to pay. Dude, it's so true. I agree with you there, Gold. Not everyone right now can, you know, it's the truth. Not everyone really can afford everything that comes out. There are certain things I'd love to pick up. I just have to pass on them just because, like, you just can't. You can't afford it. That's why I think stuff like this is important too, you know? Like, we get to still play around and enjoy keyboards, but on a budget. And I will say, this keyboard's impressing me so far. I'll get that later. I dropped one. Last Ratcorn sold for like 15K. Yeah, but those are... Listen, I'm not gonna shit on yuck people's yum, but collectors and diehards like that are willing to spend that much money, like they're probably doing all right. And if they're taking out loans and putting themselves in bad situations for that kind of shit, then that's on them. There's so many things I love that came out of the past 3 months, from group buys to in-stock extras. Yeah, the hobby has been a lot more selective of what comes out too, I would say. Like, bad products tend to wither up pretty quickly, and companies have had to take notice of that. So I have been seeing better products recently. Do you think Mode Stabs are better than Neo? I like them a bit better than the Neo Stabs, yes. But some people will argue that the Neo Stabs are good. I just don't like the fact that the Neo Stabs need that little stab plug underneath. It's a little frustrating for me, because sometimes those slip out and then rattle on the bottom of the keyboard. Is GMK Mono going to make it to the color novelties, you think? Wasn't it like 10,000 or something, Keen? I have no clue. I don't think there's that many people buying keyboard stuff right now strictly because of what's going on in the world. Like, keep it a buck with you, I'd love for that to happen. But I think those are like even 4,000 is going to be like tough. I think 4,000 might be doable. If it was 10K, I thought it was 10K for some stupid reason. 4K is still going to be tough. I think it's doable though for 4K. Was there a 10,000 one? I think it still will be tough though. 4K is like the whole hobby. At this point, yeah. What I like from the past is that everyday hobbyists could design and release a keyboard with GB, but now the intro of big business and cheaper, cost-effective boards does spoil the hobby and flood it with value products. You are not coming across as a hater, but I will say, from someone who took a look at keyboards before, okay, this is going to be an interesting part of the conversation, because I think I have some decent insight I could possibly share. And correct me if you guys, or, check me if you guys think I'm coming off as, like, wrong. I would say when I started doing keyboards seriously as, like, content, there was a lot of fun products. And I was wowed by everything because it was just a space in which hadn't really been explored and completely flushed out. Keyword flushed out. As time has gotten by and we've kind of learned what makes sense in keyboard builds and when to try new things and what not to do to make a good or bad product, we've learned certain things don't work. We've also, a lot of us have come to the conclusion that we kind of understand what things should cost. And that comes in the form of a good and bad design might be worth your money. Now, again, pricing is always going to be subjective and up to the person buying something. But I think a lot of us, when we see your standard keyboard with very little work done to it, that's just, box on wedge with flat faces everywhere, we're kind of like, this is easy to machine. What am I paying for? You know what I mean? Reggie, take care, bro. Now, when I see a good product, like when I see something like, all right, I understand the machine. I understand, like, the story that went behind this. Like, I understand some of the, the process of, like, how this designer is doing something, and they tried something new, which is going to cost some money. Those are the products to catch my attention more. I've even seen people now, and I love this, by the way, designers, small designers, not big designers, are actually sharing a lot of the process and sharing, like, their design stories with people, which is what I love. And I wish that happened more 4 or 5 years ago as well. I love seeing the process. I feel like more involved as someone who wants to buy a product when I get to see, like, this is why this guy decided to use this color part versus another color part. And that's kind of where I found things have been shifting. So I don't think group buys have been going away, and I don't think big business and, like, the man is going to be stepping in to kick all of us out of the hobby and say you're only buying QK boards from now on. I just think that designers and small batch products have to work now, not harder, but they have to work a little bit more to, seriously capture our attentions, because we're more informed buyers, if that makes sense. We're a lot more informed. I think all of us here, even people outside of the immediate, like, sphere of our community, are a lot more informed. And I think, again, you just have to, as a designer, you kind of have to be like, all right, I'm not selling anything now. I have to sell something a bit more craft, as Sai just put, craft beer, craft. I have to sell something a little bit more meaningful now. So we're seeing that, though. We are seeing that. We're seeing products with a lot more meaning. We're seeing products that actually are a lot more fun. Like, I think almost every custom project we've looked at has been fucking awesome recently. So it's great. And, like, even when we sold the Manta, we wanted to share all of that with you guys. We even shared stuff that we learned. Like, I learned stuff. I thought kind of maybe a little bit of ego, but, like, I was like, oh yeah, I know what's there, what makes a good keyboard. I know why people do things. I didn't know why people did things. It was a learning process for me. So it was fun. And I think now that I get to see this, it's cool to see, like, all right, there's a lot more that goes into this. And I see sometimes excuse my the laziness of some stuff that just to make a quick dollar, I think small batch stuff is made stronger by big business because they get the freedom to actually try it to hit a niche. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I loved watching Matthew's video on the manufacturing of the Encore to see his process. Yeah, and Mode's doing really cool things too. I would consider Mode to still be a bit more like craft, if you want to say that too. Matthew's also been someone who... I feel like I always gas up Matthew whenever I talk to him or talk about him. Matthew's also someone who I think understands the storytelling aspect of what makes a product good. And I think, I don't know, I just feel like...
So nice.
If you're selling something to someone, for me, I like the story about why I'm spending money. Like, if I'm gonna spend 200 or 300 bucks on a fucking keyboard, like, I want to know that there's some passion behind this. Fucking sue me. Like, sometimes I don't like blindly buying things. Even with keycap sets, like, sure, something could look aesthetically pleasing, but I think it means more that I just like know that the designer actually gave a shit about the product. So, okay, we'll sue you. Thanks, Adam. Oh, hey, Matthew. What's up, man? I think big sellers will struggle more because the budget stuff is usually more bland. Yeah, it's bland for a reason too, you know. And I think people want sometimes more boutique stuff for sure. Yeah, Mode's very boutique. I think a lot of the brands that are not... Dude, I would even say some of the bigger brands still sell boutique things, just higher MOQs. He's not gassing Matthew, he's hyping up his friend. I can do both. Matthew legitimately, though, understands the storytelling aspect of things, which is really cool. And I think is really important because, like, again... It's not... I think with Matthew specifically, it's not always just about storytelling, too. It's about selling a good product with the story to back it up. You know? So you get both of those, like, you get good product, you get good story, makes for a good whole purchasing experience, makes the whole experience feel a lot better. And then you get a product that you don't want to, like, get rid of right away. Or never. Timeless. But yeah, that's kind of my philosophy and my long answer to your question about boutique boards and small batch boards. I hope that made sense. I hope it was just not me fucking rambling, because I feel like I do that all the fucking time. All right, let's put this in. But yeah, okay, in this instance here, this particular keyboard, the SK1, you know, let's take Amazon price aside. Let's just say the $55 sale price on Amazon is not it. Let's just go with the American $85 that they have on their official website. At 85 bucks, this still allows you to try a shit ton of things without having to commit. And I think stuff like this is still very, very important for the hobby. So, Kim Win, how you doing? Were you guys building a board today? If so, what was it? I wish the mounting points were slightly moved over to the left. And this one here can stay where it is. So just for the future, I do wish this could slightly move over for Womier's knowledge, just so it doesn't feel as stiff underneath the spacebar. We may end up removing this. Although I am worried this is gonna... Actually, let's just remove it now. We'll remove that for now. It doesn't look like it'll tap or anything, which is fine. Sourdough cinnamon rolls. We fighting now. Yo ho. You guys made food? I want that. I also feel it's not all mutually exclusive. I have Mode and Neo boards, but also have Oblique Manta on pre-order. The more options there are, the more entry points exist for people in the hobby. Yeah, and I think the beautiful thing about keyboards is everyone can coexist, right? We can coexist in every facet of the hobby. It's just allowing people to coexist. You know what I mean? So that is the really dope part about all of this. Alex X mod musing keyboard when? That'd be fun. Was this the right? Yeah, it was the black screws? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was. Actually, you know what? No, we should be fine. I was gonna say I should put those screws back into the plate, but no, it's gonna hold fine. They held fine in the PCB. I'm actually his favorite mod. Who said that, Adam? I did some photos for Keychron and I was a fan, but after a year of their boards just seemed to die. Well, I've always had issues with Keychron support. That's why I don't really cover any of their boards anymore. It's interesting because I like their PR people. They're really, really responsive and fun, but the support on Keychron has always been like, it's your fault, you do it. Is Mode replacing the tempo with another HHKB? I don't know, you'd have to ask Matthew. I actually don't know when or what their next product will exactly... I have an idea of it, but like, I'm excited to see what the final new product will be. But I don't know if... Okay, honest, I don't know if Mode would be wise to do another HHKB, if I'm being real with you guys. HHKBs are a bit niche, And if the tempo is any, I guess, indication, if they're going to sell an HHKB, they have to have other tops. Like, it can't just be an HHKB. That's all I got to say. Like, I just think that HHKBs don't sell as well. And I don't think they do as well in the hobby. They're really nice. I love them. But I would have tried a tempo if it wasn't HHKB. There it is. Snoopy, exactly what I'm talking about right now, dude. Will you not review the upcoming Gold Keychron QE for 15,000? Dude, dude, this actually pisses me off. What was the cost? You know what? Okay, Lane, I'm going to ask you so I don't have to Google it. What are they selling? Some stupid ass all copper Keychron for like $600 or something Canadian, $650 Canadian or some shit like that? What are they selling? And I saw they were like hyping it up. No, it's not the ceramic one. $499. 500 US. Is it USD? That's crazy. And the problem is, I looked at that board and the internals don't even look like up to snuff, bro. Like, they just kind of look whatever. 500, like, they want 500 for that? I don't know, man. It's already a tough sell at $500 for any keyboard. So just to slap it and make it all copper is just, eh. Are you guys joking around about the gold one, though? Is that like a real thing that's going to happen? Are they going to make an all gold one? I wonder who the fuck that's for. As a noob to the hobby, I always wondered, for a pour-on gasket board like Kohaku with no additional alignment, how does it deal with the plate contact in the case? It sandwiches together, Ang, so you kind of have to like semi-align it as you sandwich it together. And then it should be good. But you do have to kind of align it as you go. It's very minimal, but it is a thing. Oh, it just looks gold? Okay. No, if they made a gold one and actually priced it at some obscene price, like a few $1,000, I would actually lose my mind. I don't even know what I'd say after that. Do you guys actually want me to put GMK Sloth on this, by the way? I feel like it's kind of pointless, but if you guys want me to, sure. Because that PBT set was kind of like Sloth-ish, but not really. But I'll do it if you guys want. Cute. Kikobo could be a thing we do too. Maybe a little bit more like budget-oriented. Yeah, I'm down for Kikobo. Oh, you know what? I don't know how these will sound, though. Ah, fuck. I got these from Cordy Pop. So, apparently they're ABS. It's Keyboard Science. I actually don't know what these are priced at. We could potentially try this today, too. But I also don't know how these sound. Cordy Pop Onyx. But apparently they're ABS. High quality ABS with tactile screen printing. So we could try this. Did I say Keep Science? Yeah, Keyboard Science. Yeah, Keep Science, technically. So we could try this. They're 1.5 millimeters thick, paired with ABS material. Yeah, we could try them. And then if we hate them, I can take them off and use something different. Sure. They're black and gold, though, so I don't know how these will like truly look on this keyboard, but we'll still go ahead and try GMK after this, too. But we'll give this a go. So these are not double shot. They're basically printed on. So that explains why these are so cheap. They're 65... hold on, let me just get the conversion. One second. They're 70 CAD. And then if we go 70 CAD to USD, they're $50. So this could be a really interesting thing that we can try today. It still should be a fun combination. And $50 kind of makes more sense when we're looking at this price range of stuff. They're nice and thick too. What's the brand? I'm not finding it. Type in QWERTY Pop Onyx, because that's the set name. But they're from a brand, well, I guess that's manufactured by Keyboard Science, or I don't know if that's a designer. I'm really not that sure. I'm pretty sure it's Keyboard Science, because it says manufactured by Keyboard Science. Designed by Mel. So, interesting.
What config do you have on the Manta? My ears are blessed.
Bumblebee linears, kind of like my secret sauce for switches right now. So they're Bumblebee linears and GMK keycaps and an alu plate. I think this is alu actually. Hold on, let me double check. I don't remember if it's alu or PP. You might have to go watch the VOD. But it's so nice, dude. The Mio, it's right here. Did you do a full work to the Bumblebee? Oh shoot, I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure I did everything except for... Oh no, I did film them, I think. That is the $300 clock, yes. It's so nice. If you guys are into like watches and stuff, I truly think this is like one of the most special artisans I have had the pleasure of ever using. B-Sun is the manufacturer, Shy. So granite switches are naturally a little bit lower in tone. So I'm just kind of hoping this ends up sounding very uniform at the end of the day. He didn't read my GMK Otos message. Wait, Hockey, now I need to go find it. I heard you're making a keycap set where every legend's a double shot foot image called GMK Otos. How'd you know about that? Paul, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. Oh shit, did I put these in the wrong spot? Look at me, I'm an idiot. If these keycaps end up sounding really good, then maybe we have another new alternative for ABS stuff, which will be really exciting. They already sound not too bad. They do look good. Again, these are not double shots. That's my only gripe with these, is this may wear down after a while. Hence the price point only being 55 USD or whatever it is. There's a GMK advent calendar? Ain't no way, bro. How does that work? You just get random keycaps set every single day, or what are they doing? Is it like sales or something? KTT roses are still a thing. They're actually still very good. I just have not purchased KTT switches in quite some time. But yes, I still highly think they're amazing switches. 1.5 mil thick ABS at that price is kind of insane though. It is. They're not, okay, it says silk screen printed or something like that. Ultra tactile silk screen printing. I don't know. It's just printed legends. I don't know if UV print and screen print is a little different. Probably is. I'm not super knowledgeable in that aspect, but I would assume it shares some commonalities. Pinocchio switches you used on the Moon Tower, do they have a scratch? They are dead smooth. When you put a little bit of lube on Pinocchio switches, they are incredibly smooth. I love Pinocchio switches. I don't know why I stopped using those things. I should pick up some more of those. But then again, there's a lot of really good switches out there. Tons of really good ones. I don't know if Pinocchio still exist. I hope they do. This doesn't sound too bad already. I know I'm kind of spoiling it, but I'm just making sure it sounds good. We can try a cherry spacebar maybe for some added pop. Pinocchio switches are a little older. I last built with Pinocchios last year. They still exist. Who menus them again, Kim? It's like, is it JWK? They're really good. I really enjoy them. Can we get a toe typing? Okay, you know what, they're ancient. Your bottom row needs to shift. Oh yeah, you got that. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. I saw that earlier. My mistake. Yeah, if you can still find them, that's when JWK actually made like damn good stuff. Now JWK, They got the odd occasional hit, and that's it. Impressive. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down one more row here. Pen pop. Damn, I don't even know where the fuck that pen is. We'll go find out, Cyan. Here it is. Dye sub is a thermal process. Silkscreen is a wet-dry process. Dye uses ink on transfer paper. Silkscreen is a masking film and wet paint. I wonder what's better in the long run then. Again, I don't have knowledge for that quite yet, but you can always find out. That was actually a beautiful pop. Haven't heard one of those in a while. What a beautiful pop that was. Absolutely insane. Mute it? Get out of here, dude. So a short shift. Spacebar looks good. The internal structure of it isn't just flat like some of the cheaper ABS stuff. Might have to tune up the spacebar. Or actually, you know what? I might have to put back that mounting point. I hear it rattling over there. So I probably have to put that back. Not a big deal. Okay, let me put that back right now. Oh well, I gave it a shot. Thought maybe we can not have to deal with it. CWT Type B, yes. The pen is just okay. Honestly, I will say, I don't care. This I'm just gonna shield because it's fucking awesome. These pens are insane. I think legitimately these have been my favorite pen I have ever used. These are those I guess just, is it pronounced inventory? Inventory pens? Yeah, these things are actually the best ones. If you guys want a high-end pen, just get this one here. And on the scale of high-end pens, I wouldn't even consider these like stupid high-end. They're still reasonable, I guess. Some pens get absolutely ridiculous with price. What's this? Oh, these are novelties. So you get novelties with this price as well, I guess? Not for me, but I see a lot of people liking these novelties. These are cute. I don't really understand what some of them are, but cute. Cute for the sake of cute, yeah. Alright. I'm just going to quickly open it up before we do a sound test here and put back that mounting point. Like I said, I legitimately hear it rattling, so I'm going to... Fortunately, I thought maybe, again, we can get away with it, but it looks like we are limited to just keeping all the mounting points in one spot. We need GMK Alexotos novelties. Hey, maybe one day I'll work on a GMK set. Maybe I'll ask someone to collab with me on a set. I don't really think I have the time to dedicate to designing a set right now. GMK Toronto Knights? What will that look like? Actually, if I had to pick someone to collab with, believe it or not, and call me biased, whatever, I'd pick Riley. Riley's my dream collab. I like Riley's stuff. Mr. Neflock. Unsurprising? Yeah, plus he's such a nice guy. So like that also helps me pick, make that decision. It is what it is. But there are some really talented designers for keycap sets. Like I've been loving some of the current sets. One of my other favorite sets right now, my other two favorite sets have been Miklon and Tribal. By two very talented designers. Auto looks good, so good. That's tomorrow, right? Everything's blurred. There's so many GMK sets. I thought GMK sets would honestly slow down, but they have not slowed down. I legitimately thought they would just like be able to take a breather with releasing JMK stuff. Gorp is really, really nice, Gion. Yeah, they really don't have a chill. Like, it just feels like there's new GMK stuff every single day. Too bad Michelin Round 2 doesn't offer the dark version. Oh. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I do like the new stuff they released with Michelin, though. Thank you, Pretty Cody.
Hey,
I appreciate
your
sub. Thank you, dude. All right, so this is no foam, and again, we'll switch keycaps here in a bit too, but no foam granite switches on the SK71 Pro. It does sound a little flat in some areas. I do think maybe we should switch the spacebar to something. I do agree. I still think the bridge... Ooh, this is a tough one to take off. Okay, first of all, I also want to swap the spacebar to a GMK spar just in case it's maybe this particular spacebar. But, yeah, it is a bit airy. First, let's change the switch, and then we'll change the spacebar. I really don't think the alphas sound bad at all. I think they're pretty nice. But considering this has absolutely no foam... Okay, maybe granite switches were not the play for the... Yeah, okay, a little better. Actually, I would say a lot better with the cherry. Okay, I do think what we should do is probably put some foam on the bottom of the keyboard. It does have a lighter overall sound signature. You can kind of hear a little bit of echoing underneath the spacebar with zero foam in this thing right now. For, again, we're not going to go... Okay, we'll talk about the Amazon price too, which is 55 USD. For what is 85 USD or 122 CAD? Not bad. Let me double check swapping this to a GMK spacebar. This is a nice looking keyboard. I would say a little bit above average for this price point. Actually, I would say a lot above average. Let me just grab a random GMK spacebar. It looks like a PC plate or a palm plate, plastic plate of some sort. Actually, both sound kind of the same. So, keyboard aside, these keycaps are actually pretty fire too. Maybe the GMK ones sound a little bit deeper. A little bit. But these are still a pretty good alternative for less than half the cost. These QWERTY Pop ones, X Keyboard Science. So, decent alternative there. You don't get double shot, though. All right, now I want to try putting a little bit of foam on the bottom of this to help liven some stuff up here. I'm impressed with this keyboard, I'll be honest. For the price point, it is phenomenal. The design on this, to show you guys one more time here. Yeah, very good alternative for the keycap. The design is quite pleasant, you know, minus some of the branding. I don't love having double branding on the keyboard here. Kind of looks silly. I like the badge. The badge is fun, but yeah, I don't like this W here. Kind of silly. Very nice. very, very nice for the price. This could also be a fun little gift. Some things that I think are worth mentioning for Womier to maybe improve on. Switch out the hardware. Screws being Phillips head suck. I know it's a very minor complaint, but they do stink. One thing I would also ask Womier too is ditch the long feet. We've come to notice in the hobby that long feet tend to make the keyboard sound thuddy. Well, it didn't really do much in this case. It's hard to tell because we can't really do an A/B comparison. And it doesn't even get sold that way. So I would suggest perhaps considering doing some standard bubble feet. Also makes it easier for people to replace if these happen to wear down or they happen to remove them by accident. Another thing I would maybe urge them to do is, I would say stick with the standard 1.6mm PCBs. There's really not a whole hell of a lot of reason, if you're going to stuff this with foam, to have a 1.2mm PCB. Even sound-wise, it's not like this is going to really change up in the future, just because you have a thinner PCB. What I'm learning is you would much prefer the RD75 apart from the bowl catch. Well, the bowl catch could make a huge difference in terms of how this could sound. I am thoroughly impressed with this. Even some minor things like I don't love this particular mounting point because you can feel it's a bit more stiff a little bit on the left side of the spacebar. But yeah, I would love if they just switched this over a bit. Other than that, pretty solid product. I'm going to see if this works by putting this underneath. We'll see if I can get this through. I hope so. Actually, maybe I'll be able to do this here. Will I? I don't know if this will have the space to fit, but we'll find out. But yeah, like other than that, they have a pretty solid product on their hand. Some more refinement, and this could literally be perfect. You know, another small thing, but I don't know if it's completely possible on this, would be to add some. If they're going to do just an aluminum keyboard, adding some internal ridges or just some stepped internals here could help balance out sound for both foam enjoyers and non-foam enjoyers. It just makes sound bounce differently. Therefore, it makes a really good option. I don't know if this is a super good idea, by the way, guys. I might have to just use a different piece of foam. I'm just trying to work with what it came with. But I don't know if this will mount properly here. You might be able to get it to work. Hold on. You know what? We should be fine. Polyfill? No polyfill tonight. I'm honestly kind of like done using polyfill. It's so messy. Makes the keyboard feel like cheap. Although it's such an affordable solution for things. All right. Any shelf liner? I don't got that. Definitely don't got shelf liner lying around. Yeah, we got it. Let's screw this in and see what it sounds like with this. How's the day going? I would say it's going. I did that thing in which I hate, where I woke up way too late today. And I feel like it ruined the trajectory of my day. It's my own fault, but there's not much I can really do. You know, my own stupidity. I decided that I was gonna sleep in an extra like 45 to an hour, and I did that just because I thought my morning was a little bit lighter, and it was a little lighter for my morning, but I shouldn't have stayed. I shouldn't have slept in. So I normally wake up about 8:15. I woke up at about 8:55, 8:50 today. And it ends up making me feel more sleepy. PMO Wave 75 is a way better rainy. Sounds less foamy, more clearer. Oh, the rainy keyboard I never really liked. I don't like stuff with like a lot of graphics on it. I think this is perfect for me. Because this doesn't feel and doesn't really look like the price point it costs. I appreciate this keyboard, actually. Are you getting the absolute top tier quality anodization? No, it's a little grainy, but I think it's fine. Are you getting the best like internal structure? No, but it's fine. Yeah, I do like this a little bit more with the foam on the bottom. Or actually, maybe not. Maybe I don't like it more with the foam on the bottom. It actually still sounds really good. Yeah, I think this board's fine. It has that foamy mid boost now. Yeah, it definitely gave it a bit more character for sure. I still think I preferred it with nothing. Here's my final thoughts on this. I think Womier actually has a really good product on their hands. I'm glad I looked at this, to be honest. Again, the price point is wicked on this thing. Even if you end up getting the Amazon sale, which I don't know how long it's going to last, at 55 USD, this is a no-brainer. Like, if you wanted something to tinker around with and have some fun, maybe you wanted a more foamy-oriented build, and still looks good. Like, this looks phenomenal to me. I love this thing. This looks great. Are you going to, like, okay, here's now the comparison part. We've already talked about other things with this particular board. Sound-wise, are you going to get a better sound out of something in a similar price range at like let's just call it like $100-ish with taxes and maybe shipping? I would maybe, like, if you really want, like, my recommendation here and really want, like, to kind of min-max some of your money, I think that if you pick up the Bridge pre-built, which the Bridge isn't crazy expensive, but the Bridge 75 is still one of my favorites. Let's see. Bridge 75 is, well, was, I should say, because it's no longer available. Well, actually still available on some websites. It's still around $85-ish. If you want the wireless one, I think it's about $120. I think the Bridge is the nicer sounding keyboard. However, I actually prefer the look of this one here. The Bridge is very simple, and I appreciate it for that. This has a bit more going on. This has a bit more character, and I really like it for that. Again, if I were to look at this board right now and you were to tell me this was like $85, I would probably challenge you and say this looks like more of a expensive case for this. So they have some nice machining on this. Like, it's not just done in a very simple aspect in which the board looks boring. So good on Womier for that. So again, I would probably end up picking the Bridge if I had a little bit more money to play with. But again, if you're min-maxing and you kind of want the cheapest product available right now, then get this. This is fantastic for the price you're paying. Are there better boards out there? Absolutely, but maybe not for $55 to start, or $85 without that sale. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be a great pickup for people. Came with decent keycaps, like very decent keycaps. Came with, I would say these switches feel pretty cool. I would like to play around with these some more before I give that, endorsement, I guess. Fun. They have some interesting aspects of this board too, which I really applaud them for, being like the dongles hidden on top as well as the on and off switch. Can't be upset at that. It only has one wire on the inside, which is phenomenal. So, hell yeah. Alex, I'm relatively new to the hobby, and I'm playing catch-up of the history of the hobby. I've recently gone back in time and started watching YouTube videos from 5 years ago, and I'm loving it. I strongly recommend everyone to go back and view those videos and mentally note how things were and how they are now. I always chuckle when I hear Alex say how much he loves Rama. I used to actually really like the Rama products, man. I was like, that's what got me into the keyboard hobby.
But gifted a tier 1 sub to feed underscore Feo. They have given 32 gift subs in the channel.
But Fio, thank you so much for the kind words, bro. You're a legend. Gas. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Cyan, compliment. Cyan, you're always my first pick in life, all right, buddy? I hope you know that. Cyan, I hope things are going extremely well, and I hope you deserve, or you get all the love you deserve in this life, all right, buddy? Thank you, man. I appreciate you for being here. Hydrate? Oh, gosh. Hell yeah. But yeah, fun board. Womier, I can't complain. Like, obviously, is this a custom keyboard to the degree we look at normally? No. I think that's an unfair comparison. I think with the more custom products, you're going to get, again, a bit more story that goes into it, a bit more love for the a lot more love for the internals. This is very basic for the internals. You're going to get better anodization, because again, this is not the absolute best in the world. You're going to get better quality parts, not plastic for the sides. Amazing though otherwise. Fantastic. Love this. Take the criticism with a grain of salt when you're kind of making your decision. I do think this sounds better all foam. I think this sounds... Yeah, I can put the original keycaps back on. I do think this sounds better, probably with long pull switches though. I do think if you're going to pick something, get some long pull switches for this. If not, just use the ones that it comes with. Just use those. Winter R2 is still on. It came in yesterday. We're all good there. It's weird. Do I like the PBT more for this, maybe? These are the ones it came with. No, the Obscura switches will be discontinued, as far as I know, once they sell out. We ordered a last big batch of them, but like, we're still on that big batch. The fact that this is a pre-built that you can adjust to your own in the future if you want, and under $100 is pretty nice. Yeah, and I will give them credit here too, because I think this is really important. I meant to mention this at the beginning, or towards the middle, but I totally slipped my mind. I'm going to give them big kudos for this. This is actually one that you can switch this around. If this had the flex cut PCB, this would have been locked in basically to foam. So the fact that this is non-flex cut and actually is really easy to put together and whatnot, despite having some screws to open the case, huge benefit to this board. So good on them for at least making this a bit more not even accessible, but a bit more, well, I'll use the word accessible, to people who want to mod things, opposed to just kind of like lock in what the brand has told you to lock in with. So fun for that too. Well, cool. We'll probably end up giving this away during our Christmas stuff here, because this is actually a really fun board. Again, like, dude, look at this back. This has like fastening over here. It has some nice cuts over here too. It looks a lot more than what it costs. Impressive. Very, very impressive, Womier. Never thought I'd say that. Yeah, the Geon feet I'm not a big fan of. I said that. I wish this did have bubble feet. There's definitely room for improvement with this board, but as this is right now, still a solid product. I am considering making another long pull switch with some parts that I like. That is on my list of to-dos. So yes, but it probably won't be the Obscuras. It might be something a bit different. It might be something maybe more deep, maybe more clacky. I don't know where I'm at with that yet, but it is on my list. What if you snipped the feetsies? I don't want to peel these off. I saw that, Mango. I saw them backtrack on their stupid raffle. I disagree with that whole notion of selling things and then you have to buy a certain thing to get that other thing, to even have a chance at that thing. That is kind of like gambling. So I'm glad they backtracked, because it's stupid. The whole thing, the thing about the Ruber Haku was stupid. This was stupid. Anything that's basically like you need to buy X product in order to advance to the next area and buy next product is dumb. It is peak taking advantage of your customers. So unless there was a reasoning for it, like they said, hey guys, if we need to sell this in order to manufacture this, like even that is kind of stupid, but there's no good reasoning. It's dumb. I said that the first day you guys told me. I said this about the last one. I wanted the Ruber Haku stuff. I refused to buy it because of all that stuff. Have you considered selling tickets for when you do free keyboard giveaways? Yeah, for real. Those who don't win the key just sell the keycaps on Marketplace. Yeah, which just ends up kind of creating waste at the end of the day too. Like, it's so dumb. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that. It's just stupid. It's stupid. But I'm glad they went back on that now, from what I read anyways. But it is a bit lame. Yeah, and those who don't win the key just sell the keycaps on Marketplace. But it's silly because, like, you're just basically gambling on something, and then you hope to get your money back. It's so stupid. It pisses me off because I don't like gambling in the slightest. With real money, I should say. If you want to gamble and it's all fake stuff, then you do you. But if it's real money, like if it's actual stuff that like helps you support your actual life, then no. Vendors that got extras are also not allowed to sell them unless they have the matching set. That's so dumb. Is that real? That's so dumb, dude. Like, stuff like that kind of sets the hobby back a little bit, in my opinion. Alright, guys. Fun board today. Very, very fun. I'm actually really happy we took a look at this thing. Super happy about this. Let's go raid someone. Let's go make someone else happy. Is it a good idea to mill-max on a plateless build? I probably wouldn't. I would probably... Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'd avoid doing that. I don't believe you, Adam. Let's go find someone to raid. Alrighty. What do we got here? Who is online? Anyone building keyboards? Why would anyone be building keyboards? Ain't nobody building keyboards. For your time and good vibes, thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Hey, Alex, I've got a QK 101 coming soon. I recently watched your video on it. Do you still recommend the top mount? I can't remember which one I ended up liking more. I believe for the 101 it was the top mount, but whatever I liked, it still stands to this day. I haven't really changed my mind. Usually, I don't really go back on the what I usually end up liking on the streams. Very rarely, unless they update something. Let's just go raid. Do you guys want to watch someone play Ark? I don't know. Do you guys want to go? I don't know. Who do you guys want to watch? Someone's building an Athena? Oh fuck! Let's go raid someone building an Athena. Oh, I don't follow said person. Okay, don't say. No one spoil it, please. Ark Raider's kind of lit. I haven't actually watched anyone play it yet. Alright, guys.
If I remember correctly.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to take off here. I'm going to do a bit more work, and then I'm going to go straight to bed because I am tired. See you guys. Love you. See you tomorrow. And good night, everybody. Bye.